Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah, and this is the Little Dynamite Knits podcast. I live outside of Philadelphia with my husband Brent and our three cats, Gustav, Gracie, and Gertie. And this is episode 9, officially, of this podcast. I say officially because I did Vlogmas during December, so there are 25 episodes from that, but those are much shorter episodes. And I'm not counting them as like real, well, they're real episodes, but they're not like part of the sequence of the main show. So this is episode 9. If you're new here, or if you just started watching during Vlogmas and you stuck around to watch this, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I started this podcast last year in the spring. I watch a ton of knitting podcasts. I love them. I have them on all the time when I'm knitting, when I'm cleaning, when I'm folding laundry, when I'm, doing all the things. I have really enjoyed discovering new to me podcasts. And I wanted to start one of my own. So I finally did it. And I'm having a great time with it. So what we're going to do today, and I am on a little bit of a time crunch. My episodes typically don't go over 45 minutes ever, but it is 1:16 p.m. It is Saturday, January, nope, it is Sunday, January 12th. And at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I have a Zoom that I'm going to hop on with some other crafty folks, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. So we're going to do a very quick Vlogmas recap. Some of you might not be into Vlogmas and maybe you didn't watch, and that is totally fine. December is, we all just get through it, right? So I am going to just very quickly show the advents that I had and briefly talk about if I have plans for them or not. And then I'm going to share a few of my favorite knits from 2024. I'm not going to do a full recap of everything I knit. Early on when I started this podcast last year, I did a everything I've knit so far in 2024 episode, and you can go back and watch that if you'd like. And then since then, I've showed everything I've been working on in my regular episodes. So I'm not going to show them all, but I am going to talk briefly about a few favorites because I think they really influenced my knitting this year and kind of where the direction I have been going in. So we'll talk about those. I have some finished objects. I've been knitting up a storm. So I have lots of fun things to share. And we'll talk a little bit about 2025. I hesitate to use the word plans because I have a interesting relationship with the word plans. And in that, I don't love it. So much more prefer like ideas of what I might do this year, but it could change and that's okay. And so that's why I don't like to plan super intensely. So let's do a quick life recap. So I haven't recorded a regular episode like this since before Vlogmas started. So I have to say, participating in Vlogmas this year, it really helped me lean into the holiday season more, especially more than I did last year. Last year, I really struggled through the holidays. We're just going to say it as it is. I had a hard time getting through the holiday season last year. This year, I felt myself kind of heading in that direction again. But I don't know, something about doing Vlogmas kind of, it made it fun and it made me excited about bringing back some traditions. Brent and I have created our own traditions. I come from a family that celebrated Christmas growing up, and he is Jewish and celebrated Hanukkah his whole life. So we have really blended the holidays together in what I think is a fun way. We don't have children, so we really go all out for each other, and for the kitties. So if you're interested in any of that, the last few episodes, like episode 24, 25 of Vlogmas, capture that. But yeah, I think recording, like it inspired me to kind of do some things. Like we went to the Philly Christmas Village, and probably, this time last year, or at the end of 2023, I would have just thought, oh, too many people. Oh, it's overwhelming. Oh, my back is going to hurt. Like all sorts of, not that they're not legitimate excuses, but I would have talked myself out of it. And this year I got on the train and I went into the city and met Brent and we had a great time. And so it was a good holiday season. Winter break. We had a full 2 week long winter break. The first week was great. The second week, my back, which hurts every day. Like I have chronic lower back pain. I'm actually getting a steroid injection tomorrow, or an epidural. I don't know what's in it. So fingers crossed, but I was supposed to have the injection done in December. I actually filmed on Vlogmas about how I showed up at the place where they were going to do it, and was told that they had booked the appointment wrong and never gotten the pre-authorization from my insurance company. So I had to turn around and head back without the injection. And the second week of winter break, I was fixing like a part of the couch. We have a sectional, and we recently got rid of carpet, and have all hardwood floors in the living room. So now the pieces of the sectional sometimes they move. So I was fixing one of those, and I just felt something happen in my back, and something got extra cranky. And I spent the last week of my winter break pretty much confined to the couch or bed, or just not on my feet. So sucked for, making the most of that last week. However, I did get a lot of knitting done, like a ton of knitting. So, whatever. I also had to have an emergency root canal the Thursday before Christmas. So that was fun. So yeah. That's what's been going on. Brent and I did have a lovely New Year's Eve. We went out to dinner at a restaurant called Save and Stable in Pottstown, and that was very enjoyable. And we did do a little mini getaway. We went to Gettysburg. Brent had never been, so we did the auto tour of the battlefield to give him a little intro. And then we also drove down to Frederick to go to, there's a Civil War medicine museum, and of course Magpie is in Frederick. So so that was fun. Today I'm going to record this, and then I have the Zoom, and then the Eagles are playing. It is let's see if I get this right, wild card game. Although I think they were in it, like, regardless. I don't know. It doesn't work like baseball. Like, I could tell you everything about every step of baseball playoffs. Football, all I know is we're playing this weekend. Some teams aren't. That's all I know. But we're playing at 4-ish today. So we'll be watching that. All right, let's get into it. So Vlogmas, we went hard with the Advents this year. We had a few just completely non-knitting fiber craft related podcasts. I love the Bon Maman Jam Advent, call it Jam Vent. So this is the second year I've done that. And we also do the Onyx Coffee Advent. So it's like a little 2-ounce pack of beans every day. Each one's different. And we have the Fellow Aiden coffee maker. And so the brew profiles for the Onyx Advent were preloaded into that. So that made that really easy and delicious. So every morning we had coffee vent. I would have my jam vent on toast or an English muffin with some eggs. I did a hot sauce Advent for Brent. I had to make it because I couldn't find one that I wanted to get for him. So he got he actually got 30 mini bottles of hot sauce. So he's still working his way through those. So those were the upstairs advents, so to speak, the kitchen advents. And then I did 2 like 24 mini skein yarn advents, and then I did a self-striping sock advent. So the first advent I did was the Yarnaceous Fibers Frosted Floral advent. So Maggie of Yarnaceous Fibers, and she did a tonal advent, and I got the DK weight. So these are 24 DK weight mini skeins in just this really lovely palette of colors. And the main color to go with them is called Frosted, and it's just this like creamy white. So that's not really great, but I did order 3 more of these, so I will have 4 total to use as a main color for whatever project I make with these. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe a sweet shop blanket, maybe a crochet, some sort of granny square blanket, but really pleased with that one. And then the other one I did was the Naughty Pine, which she called a very naughty advent. So, and this is gorgeous. This was designed to stripe. So on the odd days, they were more solid, tonal, dark, deep colors, and then like speckly, variegated ones on the even days. So that's gorgeous. I'm actually thinking, I saw someone was making a sweater out of this. I don't know if it's enough yarn for me to make one. Maybe if I did a short sleeve, or maybe if I add a main color, but this might become a garment. It's so pretty. And then day 25 was an actual full sock set. So this will go up on the shelf with my other sock sets. So those were really beautiful. I'm very pleased with the ones I picked this year. I do think next year, and I said this last year, I need to maybe not do the mini skein advent because it's a lot, but we'll see. We'll see. Not making any promises. And then my other advent is actually the first of my finished objects that I will share. So this is the Woolens and Nosh 2024 advent socks. They're actually wet right now because I've been wearing them quite a bit. And gave them a little wash. These are the DK weight socks. And what I did for these was I did Turkish cast on for my heel. I increased to 52 stitches, and then I just did stockinette. I got to a point where it worked out. Well, actually, I had to reknit it. I pulled it out and did it again, and I'm so glad I did because I got the heel flap tucked right in there between 2 stripes. So I did, toe up, 52 stitches, size 3, US 3 needles, gusset and heel flap, and then I think I did 10 rows of 2x2 ribbing at the top with a stretchy bind off. These fit so much better than the ones I made last year. I did, I increased the stitch count, and I used less of the main color. So the heel the toe is a little shorter than I did last year in that Turkish cast on, instead of Judy's Magic cast on. I started the stripes right with this purple. I didn't knit any of the black that was attached to that. So I didn't have to knit as high a leg. So these they fit really well. They're very sturdy. Like this yarn I know is going to hold up really well. I will do this advent every year, every single year. I love these so much. While I have these, let's do our thumbnail. Okay. So that's finished object number 1. I guess we'll just stick with FOs. The second one I'm going to talk about, I'm going to have to put a photo of because they were a sample knit for Coley of Paisley Knits. I did the Broken Rib DK socks by Summer Lee Knits. They are cuff down. Not my favorite way to knit socks, but I will do it for other people. So cuff down, and it's a fingering weight yarn held with Surrey. So Coley sent me 2 really pretty skeins from her, I think her book club. She's going to be releasing all the colors this year. So she wanted some samples of those. I've sample knit socks for her before. We have the same size foot, so it works out really well. And I got those in the mail to her back in December. So she has them. They fit her perfectly. So here's a photo of her wearing one of them. So I'm not sure when she's going to be sharing on her Instagram and revealing colorways for that, but keep an eye out. Coley's yarn is just so lovely to work with. All right. And then I think I only have 3 FOs. Let me just make sure. Come on, phone. All right. Let's see. So, okay. And then my last FO is a present that I made for Brent. And I did show these on previous episodes, but they are done now. Oop, I have some ends peeking through. All right, I'll fix those. These are, the pattern is just called Cigar. It is a free pattern from, I believe, a 2005 issue of Knitty.com. Like, we're going way back. It's by Carrie Cad. It's just called Cigar. And the idea is that you wear them when it's cold out, but you have your thumb and your pointer and middle finger out a little bit to hold the cigar so that you're not holding the cigar with the actual wool of your gloves. I knit these in leftover Treehouse Knits Dove Elm DK. I think that's what it's called. It is a cashmere. I think it's merino cashmere nylon blend. And I had this left over from a hat that I made for Brent in 2023. So the colors are from the Stranger Things collection that Treehouse Knits did. The blue is Dream a Little Dream. And the gray is Destined for Another Dimension. So here's what they look like. They're a little big on me, but they fit Brent very well. It was, I gotta tuck that back in. It was a very interesting experience working on these. I've never done gloves before. I've actually never even done mittens. I've only done like fingerless mitts. So this was, hi Gracie. This was an adventure, but really fun to work on. Went really quickly. I did have to have Brent try them on at several steps of the way. So he knew he was getting these, but it was still a fun little reveal when he got them. I'll put some video footage in of him opening them and trying them on for real for the first time. So I'm pretty proud of these. These would definitely, actually both of these would go into the category of my favorite knits of 2024. These because I love knitting the different colored stripe every day, but also because I think I have really found like my go-to sock formula for DK weight yarn. And then these challenged me in, picking up stitches and casting on additional stitches and, to do each of the fingers and everything. So there, some new things I did with these. And they were a gift and Brent loves them. So these were definitely a favorite and they feel so good. Other favorites, one is right behind me. And I talked about this in my Everything I Knit in 2024, so I won't spend a ton of time on this. But this was actually the 2022 Advent from Knotty Pine, which I turned into a habitation throw. And it's just, oh, it's lovely. Lovely. This blanket is, it stays on the chair in my knitting room, and it's pretty square actually, because it's like you knit it corner to corner and you increase to a certain point and then you start decreasing. And so it makes a really great shoulder wrap or like a lap blanket. Hi, Gracie. Hi. Hi, baby. You want to say hi? Let's see where she goes. This could be a problem. Oh, good. Okay. Crisis averted. Oh, she's trying to go under. I wish you could see. She's going under the blanket. Gracie loves a good cave, a blanket cave. So she's now under the blanket. Hi. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's definitely a favorite. I may make another one of these. I probably will make another one of these. It was very fun to knit. I knit this in less than a month. Couldn't put it down. It was so fun to watch it getting bigger and bigger and seeing the colors, how they work together. So great pattern. Definitely recommend. Another favorite knit from 2024, my first ever garment. This is basically a shawl with armholes, but it's a cardigan. So this is the Haiku Cardi, which I already showed on a previous episode. So I'm not going to go into a ton of depth, but it is a short sleeve cardigan. I knit this with Plymouth Sea Isle, I think the base is called. It is wool and cotton, organic Pima cotton. I think it's a 50-50 split between wool and cotton. Very drapey, lightweight. And I don't wear this out a ton. It's kind of got like a unfinished look to it. Not unfinished, but it's not like, it's very oversized and kind of just like you want to wrap yourself up in it, but it keeps your arms free. I get very hot very easily. And I'm often wearing short sleeves. So this works for me as just a little extra layer to kind of keep my core warm, but keep my arms out. So this is one of my favorites because it's the first garment I ever knit. I had to pick up a shit ton of stitches along the back of this to do the bottom half. So that was a new exciting thing, but it went really well. I'm actually really proud of where I picked up the stitches. It's so soft. This yarn is great, very wearable. What else? I'm very proud of this. Very proud of myself for taking the dive and into garment knitting. And you'll see in two of my whips, I'm in it now. All the garments. Give me all the garment knitting. Let's see. All right. Do I have any other projects I want to talk about from last year? Let's just do a quick look on Ravelry. I mean, 3 of my favorites are whips, but so they were started in 2 were started in 2024 and 1 was started in 2025. I think my Pressed Flowers cowl is going to be a favorite, but I still haven't seamed it. Oh, I know what my other favorite was. I did a test knit for Carly of Northwoods Knit Co. And I already showed these in another episode. So I'll put a picture up here. They are called the sourdough socks. After the sample knitting I did for Coley, I knew I had to make myself a pair of socks with fingering weight held with Surrey because of how squishy and cozy the fabric was. So Carly put out a DK weight sock test knit. 3 patterns. It's the Homestead Socks collection. And I did the sourdough socks, which have a big chunky cable going up the middle, top of the sock. And again, you know, some photos here. They are upstairs also wet because I wear them all the time. I love those socks. They are so squishy and warm without overheating my feet. Like, it feels like I'm not even wearing socks. They're so light, but they keep me so warm and cozy. I love those socks. I will definitely be knitting more socks with Surrey held. I think I said mohair earlier. It was Surrey. I don't use mohair. It's itchy to me. So it was a skein of Explorer Knits Denali sock and her Surrey alpaca lace held together. Love them. So those were my favorite knits of 2024. So just quick stats overall. In 2024, I knit one blanket. I should have written these down before. I knit one blanket, one shawl, which is not a lot for me, one garment, one hat, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pairs of socks, one pair of gloves, a cup cozy, and 2 cowls. And I crocheted a dinosaur. I did a wobble kit. So I don't, I'm not into comparing productivity or anything. I think it was a little less knitting than last year, but some of the projects were way bigger. So, I knit when I feel like it, which often is all the time, but sometimes not. So no pressure here to keep up with any fake self-imposed expectations. So those are the finished objects. Let's talk whips. I have 4, and I am super excited about all of them, which is really exciting. So we'll do this quick one first. This is these are my favorite sock bags, just these little drawstring bags that I can put anywhere, or if I'm not carrying a bag, I can just, bring them with me. This one is from Camp Stitchwood. And in here, I have just a pair of sort of vanilla. It's a 3x1 rib, and I'm using Red Door fibers. It's a sock set. The colorway is called Starfall, and it is gorgeous. So pretty. Look at this. Look at this. It's so good. So I'm in the middle of the gusset increases right now. I don't know what heel I did for these. Probably Judy's Magic Cast On, and maybe the round toe from some of Sarah Opie's sock patterns, but I don't remember. I went back and watched a previous episode, and all I did in that episode was say I did my go-to toe. I don't know what my go-to toe is. It's either Judy's Magic Cast On for a round toe, or it's a Turkish cast on. I don't know which one I did here. We'll figure that out when it's time to start sock 2. And I'm just doing a 3x1 rib on the top of the foot. And then once I get through the heel flap, I will do the ribbing all the way around the leg. So this is how far I am on the first sock. I just pick this up whenever I don't feel like knitting something bigger or involved, or if my hands need a break from the heavier projects I'm working on. So they'll get done when they get done. Second project, been working on for quite some time, still just, motoring along on it, is in my dinosaur bag from Yarnaceous Fibers. And this is the Big Cozy Cardi by Andrea Mallory. Still just moving along on my giant rectangle. I have to do this for 30 inches. It is the stitch pattern is a 4-row repeat of a combination of knits and purls, but it's different for the first 2 than the second 2 rows. So it does require some attention. It takes, a little longer than just your basic stockinette. And there's 335 stitches on the needles. So, if I get done 4 to 8 rows in a night, that's great. Since I last showed this, I've knit from here. So that's how far I've gone since the last time I showed this. And this is my progress keeper from Reshma of Hello Lavender. That is the little flock sheepy. The yarn is Walcott Yarns Opus, and it's beautiful. The colorway is, I think, Hickory. I think. I don't have, oh, I have a ball band right here. So Opus by Walcott Yarns. And yes, colorway is Hickory. And it is 70% Argentinian Merino, 30% baby alpaca. 384 yards per 100 grams. It is so soft and squishy. I cannot wait to wear this. Once I finish Brent's cardigan, which you're about to see where I am with that, I think this, I'm going to start really digging in and trying to give some monogamous attention to this one. So that's the Big Cozy Cardi. And then in my new Fiber Friends tote bag from Heathered Handmaids, this was a present from Brent, a total surprise. Apparently, I talk about my favorite knitters so much that he knew where to go for some surprise gifts this year. This tote bag is awesome. I have the equivalent of 10 balls of Barocco Ultra Wool in here in a combination of leftovers, full skeins, and all the pieces that I have finished for Brent's cardigan. And there's still room. Like, this bag is huge, and it's got this great zippered pocket in it. The straps are also really generous. Like, they fit really well over my arm. And the width of the bag, I really love how wide it is. And it has a zipper close. Love a tote bag that closes. All right. So this is the Rough Edges cardigan by Ann Hansen of, I think she is Knit Spot on Instagram, and Bare Naked Wools as well. I am knitting this in Barocco Ultra Wool. Brent picked this out at our local yarn store. So Barocco Ultra Wool. The color is 33108. And I bought, it's 100% superwash wool. And I bought this from my local yarn store, Pearls of Wisdom in Phoenixville, and 10 skeins. And I have, so I'm at the point now where I have knit all the main pieces of the cardigan. So next steps are going to be either steam blocking or wet blocking, and then blocking all the individual pieces to the measurements in the schematic, and then starting to seam everything together, and then picking up and finishing the button band and the collar. So what I have left, and I hope it's enough, I've got one full skein, I've got this much of another skein, and then I've got these, where are they? Here they are. And then I've got these. So here's how much I have left to do the button band and the collar. I think it'll be okay. And here are all the pieces. So this, nope, that's my swatch. That's another swatch. I swatched. Okay, here is one pocket. So I have not blocked these at all yet. I just finished the pockets yesterday. So there's two pockets, and they have the seed stitch at the top. This, let's see if I can find, oh my goodness. This is the back panel. And then there's two front panels. This is the right front panel, so that seed stitch continues along the armholes. And then the sleeves were also knit flat. There's going to be so much seaming. So I have finished the back panel, both front panels, both sleeves, and the pockets. So this week, I might steam block first. I might steam block, I don't know, or wet block. What would you do? Would you wet block the pieces before steaming, or would you steam block and then wait to do a full wet block till it's done? If you have any advice, leave me a comment. So we have reached a very exciting milestone in the knitting of that. So now the least favorite part of finishing and seaming. All right, I have 10 minutes. Let's see if I can finish. My final whip is a project I have been waiting to start. I did Little Fiber Co.'s Mystery Cookware Club this year, and the base I chose was the Merino DK. This is a 100% non-superwash merino from Lauren of Little Fiber Co. 20.5 microns. It is 4-ply, and there are 231 yards in each skein. So there were 12 different colors. I am using 10 of those colors for the contrast colors of my Painting Honeycombs blanket. I'm using the color Oyster for my main color, and then the ganache color, it's like a dark brown, I'm saving that for another project. So I'm using 11 out of the 12 Cookware Club colors for this project. Oyster for the main color, the other 10 for the contrast colors, and I have now run out of the main color. So I'll show you what I have. It's so good. So here's what I was able to do with the first skein of Oyster, with one skein of Oyster. And the Progress Keeper here is from Reshma. She did a different Progress Keeper each month to go with the Cookware Club. And so that was the cherries. And then this is actually the Oyster one that I have here. So here's what I've left of the first skein. I got up to here. If I had been able to finish this row, I could have added the next color, which is, let's see if you can see these. This is the next color, Flame, but look at them all together. How good is that? I'm keeping this project in my basket from Frogget Yarns. And again, is that just not like the happiest thing ever? Maybe this will be my thumbnail. I could not put this down this past week. When did I cast this on? I started this on, January 7th, and today's the 12th, so I did this in 5 days, including a 306 stitch I-cord cast on. I learned how to use my cordsmith, finally. However, the I-cord it was making was a little too tight, and I didn't think was going to work for this, so I did it manually. Did the I-cord. Pretty good for 5 days, right? So Lauren is doing a pre-order of all the cookware colorways, so I am going to order, I think I'm going to have to order 7 or 8 more skeins of Oyster, because I want this to be big. I have a lot of contrast color yarn to work with. I want to do at least, the pattern calls for 56 of these honeycomb rows. I want to do at least 60, I think. And then I think I want to make some cushions, maybe, because I think I'm going to have a lot of contrast color yarn left over. So maybe some cushion covers. So yeah, I'm going to have to order a lot of Oyster, but this is exactly what I was going for. Like the main picture of the pattern is what I was going for. And this is just, it's so good. It's also really fun to work on. Okay, so that's whips. What are we talking about now? Not much, because it's only 6 minutes left. All right, quick acquisitions. So I got all 12 colors of the Cookware Club. The last 2 colors that came were, this is Chambray, and this one is, I don't know how to say it, but look at that green. It's called Artichaut, Artichaut, if you spell French, or speak French. Here's how it's spelled. What else did I get since I last recorded? Oh, when we went to Magpie in Frederick, they were having a 30% off all Lola Bean Yarn Co. So I got one skein of the Sport Weight 3-bean salad base on the color Ashes. This is a 75-15-10 merino cashmere nylon. And then I got, look how fun that is. This base is called Lentil. It is 70% mulberry silk, 30% fine merino. It's fingering. The colorway is Knuckle Sandwich, and there are 436 yards. So I think I'm going to hold these together to make either a cowl or a hat. And then everything else I have was actually a gift. So I'm just going to quickly share like the yarny related gifts I got this year. Frank got me, with a little help from me, this gorgeous Delicue, what is it called? I think it's the Canvas Maker's Tote. I love this bag so much. I'm using it as a purse right now, but there's plenty of room in here. So whenever I want to take a knitting project with me, I'll just toss it in here. And then my mom, okay, wait, let me stick with Brent. This is, I guess, not knitting related, but it may become something I use for projects or whatever. Guess what? Some of you already know. Corgi butt. How cute is that? But what I have in here right now is something I'm very excited about. This is a complete set, I believe, of the Clover Amour crochet hooks. It's real, y'all, and it may only ever be Granny Squares and Stripes, but she's crocheting this year. She's doing it. So I got those, and then he found these really cute. I've never seen these before. Oh, sorry for the crinkling. I have never seen these before, but look at these. They're little counters, and you put them on like your finger or your thumb. It's like a little watch band almost. And like I put it on my thumb, and then as I'm knitting, you just hit the button. And it's a quick little counter. Like, I just thought these were so cute. I'm like putting one in every project bag. And my mom surprised me with this super cute little ornament with like little yarn balls and knitting needles sticking out of it. And I actually think I'm going to hang this up down here in a, my hope is next time I record, I will have a bit of a gallery wall started above this chair. And I think this'll go up there. And then she also got me this book called The Yarn Whisperer by Clara Parks. So we'll check that out. Did I forget anything? Oh, the Fiber Friends tote bag was also a present from Brent. Oh, he got me this print from Dinosaur Couch on Instagram. So if this dinosaur is Brent, this one's me. So reading in bed, knitting in bed, and then they say goodnight to each other. And then it's dark, and then knitting by headlamp. How cute is that? And it's so us. So I have a frame for this, and I'm gonna hang this up down here. And he also got me clear Ugg boots, and I meant to bring them downstairs, but they're upstairs, so I'll put a picture here. I have been wanting a pair of clear boots that I can wear that show off my hand knit socks for months, and Brent found them. He found the Ugg clear boots. He got them for me, and I can't wait to wear them. So that's it for acquisitions. That was a weird sound I just made. I was going to talk a little bit about my plans for 2025 knitting wise, but I have a Zoom to get to. So we'll have to do that next time. It was really fun to catch up with you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you're enjoying these episodes, please click that subscribe button. It helps other people see these episodes. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Please leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching, what you're working on, what you liked that you saw. The comments are really fun, and I love hearing from the folks who are following along with my yarny adventures. All right, I have a Zoom to get to, which may result in a new cast on. And I'll have to share more about that next time. Hope y'all are having a good day. Bye.